Good afternoon. My name is Laurelie Ambrosio, and I'm the Administrator of International Christian Academy. Thank you for joining us today. As you know, this is a challenging time for all of us. As schools around the world are affected by this health crisis, we at International Christian Academy are aware of the changes that are happening, and we are trying everything we can to find ways to best serve our students. Because we believe that learning transcends walls. No matter how difficult the situation, by the grace of God, with the wisdom that He gives, and learning from best practices, we can come out strong. I have to admit, COVID-19 is here to stay. So, while the discovery for a vaccine is still underway, the threat is still out there. Parents like you and me, every day, worry about the health of our family. On top of that, I'm sure right now a lot of you are starting to worry about the education of your children. Now that we know that we will all be transitioning temporarily to online learning or distance learning come August 24. And until our government tells us it's safe to go back to normal schooling, we will be in this scenario for a time being. Although private schools have the liberty of opening earlier than August, we at ICA have chosen to open in August so that we can make enough preparations, which involve training of our teachers and, of course, making some infrastructure. I know this is quite challenging. A health crisis combined with the new responsibility of educating your children at home can be daunting. I'm sure you have so many questions. That's why we thought it might be helpful to give you an idea of what it may look like for our school this year, so that you know that we are already making necessary preparations. Thankfully, our school is not caught up with this uncharted territory, as you may call it, on online learning. Because for many years, we have been using Abeka ProTeach. Abeka is a well-known provider of resources and materials for Christian schools and homeschools around the world. And this is what we will be providing our students as they continue their education at home. So, what is ProTeach? ProTeach are pre-recorded online lessons corresponding to the Abeka curriculum lesson plans and student materials. These were recorded live in a classroom setting, so our students will still be able to do the things they used to do in school. They'll enjoy the classroom interaction with the students in the classroom. They'll be in competitive environments where they can participate in student contests and beat the other students in the classroom, making them engaged even when studying remotely. Other times, they'll be asked to answer questions. This will allow our students to have the opportunity to be just like they're in that class. The good thing about ProTeach is that our students will benefit from the excellent teaching of master teachers of one of the largest Christian schools in America. Since we are already using Abeka materials in ICA, our students will find it easy to follow the lessons in the video. Furthermore, our students will not miss out on Bible instruction, which is the most important subject in our school. They'll continue to sing songs and learn Bible stories and memorize Bible verses. The whole idea is that we're bringing the classroom into your home. Now, how does it work? By going to abeka.com, our students will be given a username and password to log into their Abeka ProTeach video lessons. Once logged in, they will be able to see the subjects and lesson numbers, and then they're going to come right up to the main screen and their video will start. The videos can be viewed more than once if needed. I know this is quite confusing, but we will have a separate video tutorial on how to use Abeka ProTeach.
To start things off, we're going to open up, for me it's Google Chrome. You may use Microsoft Edge or really any other kind of search engine, but I'm going to go to up here in the search bar, type in abeka.com, and it should take me to the home screen here. You can see here that right off the bat at the home screen, up here in the top right corner, there's a little button that says Login. If you go ahead and click that, it brings up a drop-down box. In that drop-down box, there's Login/Create Account, and that's the link that you want to click on to get us started here. So you can see I've already got logged in here with Miss Carrie's information, but I'm going to log in with a student's information just to kind of show you the screen that you're going to get when you go there. So One I used earlier as I was preparing for this was Hannah Grubner. So she's the lucky student that we're going to use her account here. And her username is this. And then, so you want to type in whatever your username is that your teacher should have provided with you, or maybe you were emailed what your student's username is, and then the classroom password that you have also should be on that list. So I'm going to type in the password that was assigned to Hannah, hopefully here. Let's see.
For example, in our preschool and kindergarten classes at ICA, students take about 3 hours of instruction. At home, they will still have those entire 3 hours of virtual instruction, plus the daily reinforcement and communication by their teacher to check on their students' progress. This will be done by way of video conference. In our elementary and junior high, they will have subjects in Bible, English, math, and science by each. By the way, our English consists of phonics and language, reading, spelling, poetry and vocabulary, creative writing, and literature. Filipino and AP subjects will be delivered by live virtual instruction by their teachers. A learning solution called Microsoft Teams will be used as a platform for all our local subjects. Through this platform, it will enable our teachers to share content, distribute quizzes, assignments, and manage communication with students and parents. Before we proceed, let me give you just a quick review of what ProTeach looks like so you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about.
Your caterpillars in the morning. What does our caterpillar remind us of? What letter? I. Good job. Boys and girls watching, did you remember that? What does I say? Good job. Stay standing and let's do our chart together. Reach in your pockets. Just pretend even if you don't have any pockets, we're just pretending. And get out those vowels. Boys and girls watching, get your vowels out and let's do it together. Are you ready? Apple, elephant, inchworm, ostrich, umbrella, Let's sing about it. Are you ready? A says E says I says O says U says Now I said my vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Wow, pat yourselves on the back. Boys and girls watching, did you do a good job too? Great, you may be seated.
Ready to count money? Sit up straight and tall so you look good and you're ready. Students watching, are you ready to count some money with us? Let's look here at the board. I have a type of coin on my board. What type of coin do I have, students watching? And what type of coin do you see, Jaden K?
Penny.
A penny is worth how many cents, students watching? Isaiah, how many cents?
1 cent.
When I see a penny, what should I count by, Leah?
1.
I should. Cooper, stand up. Let's count this money together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. What, Cooper?
7.
6. Now think about that little symbol. Now I'm counting money, so I'm counting 6. 6. Help us out, students watching. What is he missing? 6 cents is what I need, Cooper, because remember, we want to know that I'm counting money, but you did a good job counting those pennies. Students watching, I've got a really long one for you. Count those coins going across. All right, boys and girls in this classroom, did you count it before my students watching? How many cents, Hannah? Hannah, let's count across to check.
1,
Louder.
2,
Start again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 what?
Cents.
8 cents is correct. Now I've got a thinking question for you. 6 cents or 8 cents, which is a greater amount, students watching? And what do you think, Bailey?
8.
8 cents is a bigger amount because 8 is a bigger number. What about this? What if Tyson reached in his right pocket and found 10 cents? And reached in his left pocket and found 11 cents? Which pocket has the most, 10 cents or 11 cents, Leah?
11 cents.
11 because 11 is a bigger number. I have some more money that I want us to count. I'm going to grab some coins from my board and students watching. I'm going to hold them up, and I want you to count them out loud while we count them out loud together. Come up to the front here. It's going to be my piggy bank. That means you get to hold them for us. Give a smile to our students watching. Here we go, students watching, and boys and girls in the classroom. Let's find out how much money I have for my piggy bank together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 what? Jacelyn. 8 cents is correct. Thank you very much. All right. I need somebody in row 4. All right. Faith versus Isaiah. Students watching, I hope you're right with us to see who will be the winner. I'm showing you this side. You tell me the sentence type. And Isaiah just won it for row 1 and for you students watching. Well done on that game. Think about something that we discussed in our last lesson. I want to use a mark of punctuation if I have items in a series. What is the name of that mark of punctuation, Riley?
Commas.
You are right. How many items in a series will cause me to need to use commas? Andres?
3.
At least 3. It could be more than 3, right? We could list all of the names of all of the students in this room, and we would have a lot of commas in that long list. Look with me at some sentences and see if you can tell where the commas need to go. Read our first sentence for us, Emily.
Abby brought pens, pencils, paper, and notebooks.
Check the accuracy of the second word in that sentence. Yes, instead of brought. Where would I put a comma for the items in a series here? Parker, tell me a place.
After pens.
You're exactly right. Somewhere else. Push.
After pencil.
Good thinking. Students watching, where do I need another comma? Page?
Paper.
What about paper? Before or after it?
After.
Let's put that comma there. Where else do I need a comma in this sentence, Nathan? Oh, I was trying to trick Nathan and he did not fall for it. Do you notice that the end mark is missing in our sentence? What kind of end mark do I need here, Peniel?
Period.
And I know I need a period because I have what kind of sentence? Sarah?
Declarative.
You're exactly right.
What we're going to determine is that value the solution? You ready to see how to do this? Write down the little steps next to this problem so you can go back to it. Here's how you check and see, is it the solution? The very first thing is I'm going to evaluate that value as the variable. So I'm going to evaluate, that's a key word, and we talked about that in chapter 1, didn't we? When I'm evaluating, what's the very first step? If you don't remember the steps for evaluate, write it underneath it. So you could say, number 1, evaluate. And then underneath that, write what the 2 parts are for it. So what's the very first thing for evaluating? Students watching, do you remember? Lydia, do you remember? Logan, do you remember? It's been a little bit. I'll give it to you for the first one, and then we'll see if we can get the second one. For the first one, you're going to substitute. I'm substituting that value in for x. Does that remind you of what we're doing here? So I'm going to substitute this value of x in where x is in my equation. When you do that, remember I told you to plug it in parentheses. Just like that. Do you remember what the next step is in evaluating now that we've seen that part? Caleb, you can stay seated. Students watching, what do you think?
Our students will be given a daily class schedule of activities and a weekly planner. Parents will also be given a manual that includes a daily guide which explains all of the lessons for every subject. It will help you guide your child to stay on track with their lessons. Of course, like I said, teachers will check in with the students on a daily basis. Let us all admit, this is where we are right now, and we're learning how to use technology, and we're doing the best we can. As administrator of this God-given ministry, I know I am responsible for finding ways so our students will get the most of their Christian education. And we hope that through this, God's work will flourish and shine, especially at a time like this, where everyone is scrambling to find solutions, trying to find hope. We'll continue to monitor with different agencies, our health departments that are providing the recommendations and guidelines. With 3 months before the start of school, a lot can change, and we pray this for the better. Our prayers are with those who are facing hardships, We recognize many businesses are experiencing financial distress as a result of this pandemic. We hope to be a help to you as you manage these difficult times. We look forward to a time when we can join together in person again. Thank you and may God bless you.